Hi everyone, post-production Mubarak here. I just want to say that we are so excited for our return and we're so happy that we're back. But before this episode begins, I want to say that after recording this episode, we realized that my audio file was corrupted. So there will be audio issues going on all throughout this episode. We are very deeply sorry about this. We did the best that we can with the audio that we had. But yeah, I will not be sounding the best during this episode, and yeah, we're very sorry, and hopefully it never happens again. And with that, enjoy our return.
Hey, hey, hey!
No. This is season 2. This was your chance to change it.
Bitch. Okay,
Okay,
I'm gonna come up with a new one. I'm gonna come up with a new one.
Hey!
No.
We're fucking
Khalifa.
stuck with this for another season. Great.
No, I'm gonna change it. I'm sick of the hey stew a little bit. So like I'm gonna change it. Welcome back to regular episodes of MK.
MK is back. Very
Y'all,
exciting.
peep the new cover art.
Peep the new cover. Peep the new. Are you putting in the new theme?
Yeah, but peep
Can
the.
we talk about that for a second? Can we talk about that whole situation? Okay, so you guys, this is literally, and I don't mean to drag you, but
Don't
this
drag
is
me.
literally the funniest fucking thing that has happened, like the past few months. So we were talking about the pod, and we wanted to come back for season 2, and we wanted to do some, new stuff here and there. You can see the cover art is different and stuff like that. And Mbak was like, "What if we change the theme?" And I'm like, "Oh God." I like what we have. I don't really think it's necessary to change it. I feel like it's a part of the identity of the show, whatever, blah blah blah. But he was insistent. Mubarak does this thing where, and I haven't told you this in private, but I'm spilling it on the pod. Mubarak does this thing where it's like if he really wants to do something, if you give him your feedback, he'll just completely ignore it. Because multiple times we were talking about the theme and I'm like, I'm not sure this is a good idea, blah, blah, blah. And you were like, okay, I'll still contact them, but and I'm like, dude, stop.
But Khalifa, don't be painting me that way. You only told me that after I've already contacted and paid.
I had told you at first I was indifferent towards it. I was like, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
And
and that's when
then
I
I
paid.
was like, no, like I'm against this. And you still did it anyways. You kept contacting them.
But like I already started contact at that point.
But you could have gotten a refund.
I don't think they would have given me a refund.
They would have. We're like regular customers.
I mean, sure, Khalifa, I fully think that they hate me. Like they hated me by the end of it because y'all. Okay, I had this stupid vision where I wanted just like one slight variation in the theme
It's
to like throw
literally
off
so
the
fucking
listener,
stupid. I'm sorry.
to like throw off like the listeners and like for y'all to be like, was this always? Hello, did I just get cut off?
Yes, you got cut off.
Oh
Starting
my
the
god,
pod.
my alarm
Starting
went off.
My alarm went off too at the same time.
So I'm pretty sure again because I asked for like a slight variation and they did something really different. And I kept asking for them to make it more similar to the one that we have already. And you just heard the final result. That's literally
It
what it
literally
ended
sounds the
on.
exact same. Like you paid $300 for this shit. It's so
They're
funny.
literally no, by the way, they didn't charge me full price for this, which is good.
Oh, okay. They were being nice about it. They thought it was a shit idea too. Good to know.
Bitch, when I contacted them at first, they were like, "That's a great idea," but probably
Well,
because
obviously they want to get
like,
paid.
yeah, probably. But yeah,
Listen,
you just heard a new version of the MK theme. Tell us if you can tell us the difference.
guys, I can't even hear the difference, and I've listened to that theme like 100 times because, like, when we were like, pitching it and stuff like that.
It is
Listen,
very slight. It is very slight. So
Barak, I
don't feel bad
literally can't hear
pretending.
anything. I literally can't hear anything different. I want to tell you the story from my perspective. I'm
Okay.
sitting here and you're like, I want a slight variation to throw the audience off, create a moment. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why do you want, like, what is the point? Like, why do you want to throw the, like, it's not, like, who cares about the theme song?
Bitch, it's like season two. It's like kind of like a new feel. But honestly, now I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not like what is the word? I'm not still in the strong, like I'm not on a strong stance on this. I even told Khalifa after we got this version, I'm like, okay, I like this. But I just feel like it wasn't worth it. And yeah, Khalifa, I know you leaving out that part where I was
I didn't leave
aware.
it out. We didn't get to it. I didn't leave it
Oh,
out.
okay, fine. I thought you were painting me to
This
be
is
like
what
a certain
Mubarak
way.
does, everyone. He constantly victimizes himself, and
Not herself.
he constantly victimizes himself, and this is the result. You get stuff like the new quote unquote theme we had. We're also starting on
But
time.
we're also starting on time. That's new. That's a season 2 thing.
I'm gonna get into that. We're
Huh?
gonna talk about the flight.
Now? Okay,
Yeah.
talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No, go ahead. What did you want to say before we get into that?
I wanted to say something else. Well, now I forgot. I want to talk about more like about the season 2 stuff that we did like between the break.
Do you want to talk
Just
about the journey with the cover?
yeah, yeah.
All right. So we
Yeah,
so the
we
the way we do these things is that we go on Fiverr and we find people to do the stuff for us. We don't really, it's not like super professional. Like we don't have composers or like artists or anything like that. We just go on Fiverr and find people to do it for us. So go ahead. Yeah, this is also like totally you.
Oh, period. But this one you agree with, right? Like we needed to change the cover. Actually, this was your idea, not me.
Yeah, I was like, let's spruce up the cover because reveal, I fucking hated our old cover.
Period. Period. And Khalifa didn't tell me that until like y'all, we were in like feedback process, and Khalifa was like, "Yeah, I like it. It's all right." And then 3 months later, I'm seeing a running theme. It's like, ah, oh, Mubarak, I hate it.
No, at the beginning, I was like, we need to start the pod because we were dragging it out so much. We were like, oh, we need a theme and a cover or whatever. And we stayed on the cover for like a full 2 months. And I was like, if we don't start the pod now, I'm never going to start it because I'm already over it and we haven't even started.
No, I
So
do
I was
think the
like, you know what? This is
sacrifice was
fine.
worth it at the end.
It was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I
I
like our
wanted to
new
spruce things
cover.
up with the cover.
I love our new cover.
I like it.
Uh,
Love is a strong word. I like the new cover.
this, but not this.
I never said I loved it. You can't say I lied.
Sure. I feel like
I've
you're
always
just
said
not
I liked it.
enthusiastic about things, like in general.
That's not
But that's
true.
a you thing.
That's not true.
When was
I'm
like
enthusiastic about a lot of things. I'm enthusiastic about Euphoria.
sure.
I'm just unenthusiastic about things I don't like. And I'm not like a huge fan of the like I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay,
I
but
feel
why
like
not
that's
say
fair.
something like before like the thing was finalized?
It was fine because you were shoving it down my throat and you were like, "This is fine. I love it." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't want to like hurt you and hurt Caddy's feelings. And I'm like, okay, sure.
What? No, but like that was no. I asked you again. I'm like, is this like again like the last time where like you're like not telling me if you don't like it?
No, this time I actually like it. This time I actually
Oh,
like
okay.
it. Like I actually like it. I don't love it, but I like it. I hated the old one. Like I genuinely did not like it. I like this one. It's just
Fair.
when you get to a point where it's like the final, we're in the final steps of, the cover, you were finalizing it. And it's like, and I'm like, well, I don't really vibe with fundamental things about the cover. And you're loving it, and Caddy's really proud of it. Caddy, for those who don't know, is the person that was responsible for making the cover on Fiverr.
Period.
She was really proud of herself. She was like, I've never done something like this before. She usually does like gothic, dark stuff.
Yeah. And we didn't realize until after we paid her. We were like, wait a minute. Our cover style should not be like gothic. What is she gonna do?
So she was really proud of it, and you really liked it. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to hurt either of these people's feelings. So I'm gonna be like, okay. But but I do like it. I do like it. Like I don't hate it.
Period. Let's
Period.
watch this change like in a few months, and then it's like Mubarak, I've always hated it. Like I feel like you're gonna stare at it and you're gonna fall into a spiral and you're gonna start not liking it.
That's the segue. That's the segue to the topic of this.
Period. Oh, we're not gonna talk about like the fight.
We're gonna talk about the fight now. We'll segue into that later. So
Okay.
because I'm still upset. By the way, I know you apologize and everything, but I'm still genuinely upset about it. So for those who don't know, Mubarak is a very not punctual person. Unpunctual and punctual. I don't know what the word is. I'm the complete opposite. I'm like if Mubarak is at a 0, I'm at a 100. Like we're on the complete opposite ends of like punctuality. I am a very punctual person to the point where it's annoying, and I do realize that. But I'm very, very punctual. Like
it's annoying how punctual you are, or it's annoying how you regard punctuality.
No, I realize that it's annoying how punctual I am to a lot of people.
Really? Okay,
yes.
Interesting. I don't get that, but okay.
What do you mean you don't get that? In what way?
Like people get annoyed that you show up on time?
No one has ever told me that they were annoyed, but I do kind of sense it because I don't show up on time. I show up early.
Oh, period. Yeah, you show up like an hour early.
I'm always like 15 to 30 minutes early to things and places and stuff like that. And I've multiple times I've had people like side eye me for that.
You know what? I actually really miss being around you. Like, okay, because when I was around you a lot in school, that became a trait of mine too. Because, yeah, you know, I had to work around like all that, like just so I can hang out with you. At school.
I had to work around the.
No. Like I had to work around like the fact that we weren't in any classes together. At school. So I had to like show up early, and then that became a habit of mine. And then right after we stopped seeing each other like every day, that habit went away, and I became horrible.
You started showing up late.
Yeah, like 2 hours late.
Because it was the only time. So we only had that like early morning and the break to talk. And the break we were being hogged by like other people, so we couldn't really, talk one-on-one. Our only time to talk one-on-one was like at the beginning of the day.
That was the original MK.
That was the original MK. That was the seed that sprouted into this.
Yeah.
So I'm a very punctual person. But this argument was not about that. Like I'm punctual, I'm fine, whatever. But I'm setting this up so you guys know I have a problem with like timing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm very anal about it.
Not anal.
Anal is a thing people say that.
No, I know.
It's true.
I know it's the thing that people say. It's just I thought we outgrew it.
Well, now you've made it weird. So if it's something you like looking at, that's a you thing.
What?
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
If you know, you know. If for the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Period. So flashback to 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago?
It was when we wanted to record the Euphoria spoiler cast. When Thursday, Monday. It was 4 days ago. No.
It was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. It was the day of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So we watched the Euphoria episode and we were like, oh my God, this is so good. We need to record the spoiler cast today. And Mubarak is like, want to do it at like 10:30 p.m.? Was it 10:30 p.m.?
Yeah, 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., like that, like around that time.
And I was like, sure, okay. I'm gonna clear up my schedule to do it. I'm gonna let you guys know that I have midterms this week, so I really had to clear up my schedule for this. I was like, this is really important. I want to do this, and I want to put out the episode as fast as possible because it was really good and it should be really fun to talk about. And I'm looking forward to the conversation. I want to clear up my schedule for this. Fuck studying. So I did. And this was like a lot earlier in the day. I'm talking like this was, 2 p.m.? We decided on the thing?
Yeah.
Like very, 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 very early in the day, like 2 to 4 p.m. It's like, okay. So I clear up my schedule for it. 10:30 p.m. rolls around. Nothing. Radio silence. And this is where my insecurity about punctuality comes in because I don't like to goad people. I didn't text you. Goad.
Goad, okay.
As in like be annoying. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't text you at that time. I didn't say anything. I was just waiting for you to talk. I was like, okay, what do I do now? 11 p.m. rolls around, no response. The 12 p.m. rolls around. I get a text message from you. Oh,
No, a
it
voice
wasn't a text
note.
message. It was a voice note.
Voice note.
Oh, I'm
I just woke
sorry.
up.
I just woke up. I can still do it if you want. I literally wanted to slit your throat. I literally wanted to slit your throat.
Bitch,
Like,
I
I'm not
know.
kidding. I was
Because the fight started
so
right
fucking
after.
angry. So I was like, do I be annoying and like call him out on it, or do I just like go with the flow? Because at that point, this has happened multiple times before.
No, it's
Like
not
this has happened
it's not annoying, like to call it out, because like it was something I wasn't aware that I do. Like, oh, okay, we'll get into it. Yeah.
I don't believe that, but at that point, this had happened like twice or three times, specifically with the pod. Like Mubarak does this all the time, but specifically with the pod, this has happened already like twice. And one of those times was the exact same reason, and which is bullshit. The reason is bullshit, y'all. I cannot wait to tell y'all the reason. So
I actually
don't
remember. So yeah, okay.
You fucking went to sleep. That's the reason.
Oh, again.
So
like I went to sleep both times.
Yeah, both times.
Oh, period.
This has happened twice in bar. Like that's why I was so angry when you told me. I got angrier when you told me the reason. I was like, "What the fuck? Why do you keep doing this? Like, is this on purpose?" So I'm like, I send a voice note, like fucking dragging Mubarak through the mud. I was nice about it. I was really nice. I was saying please. I was like, it's really annoying, blah blah blah. But I really wanted to like. I was holding myself back, but I was like, let me be nice about it because like this is the first time I'm confronting him about it, and I just don't want to like go in screaming. Let this happen again in Mubarak, and I will actually fucking go off. But I was being nice. Do you agree? Was that a nice voice note?
Oh, you were being assertive, and you were being assertive. You were being politely assertive. I have this thing where assertiveness, I sometimes see assertiveness as unkind, but I didn't see this as unkind.
Well, the intention of it wasn't being kind. So if you had seen it, but I also didn't mean for it to be unkind. I just meant for it to be. I just meant for it to be, like claws are out. You know what I mean? Like stop doing this. So I sent a voice note being like, "Hey, you need to fucking stop doing this. It's not cool. It's really rude. Blah blah blah." And he's like, "I know. I just slept." I want to ask you something. The audience. Let me ask the audience. Do you know that meme?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, iconic meme.
The girl boss. Well, let me ask the audience.
Yeah, the girl boss at the restaurant. Oh my god, if he was live streaming, it would have been better. So he's like, I went to sleep. Mubarak drove to his house, got out the car, went upstairs, got into the bathroom probably, peed or took a shit, came out, maybe changed, went to bed, and slept. Didn't change. Okay. That whole thing took probably like 15 to 20 minutes, right? A text takes 5 seconds. Yes or no?
Yes.
Period. I just don't understand how you completely ignore to text. Like, that's just so rude. Like, let me know, because what I said in the voice note was, I don't like to be in a position of like, I don't like to be put in a position of like, well, okay, this isn't happening now. Do I text him? Do I wait for him to like respond because maybe he's dealing with something? Is this thing off? Do I go back to doing what I was doing? Do I keep my schedule clear? Like, what do I do in this moment? Because 10:30 has rolled around and radio silence and I don't know what to do. I hate being in that position. And it's like to the point where it's like an insecurity. It makes me really uncomfortable. So I was just really upset about it. And I'm still kind of upset about it.
And I really am sorry about it. And like, and I said this to you in private, and I'm gonna say this now. Felt like I went to class, but I felt like I was going to sleep. Like I did go to bed, I just thought that I would wake up before recording because it was like 3 hours before, like almost 3 hours before. So I was like, oh, of course I'm gonna wake up before. But
Just let me know. Hey, I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
and if I'm not up by 10:30, that's what I'm doing, and I would have been totally fine with that. I just hate not knowing what's happening. This happened. I can say this. Oh, I know. That's why I'm being like so feisty and like assertive and whatever. I know I'm right.
Yeah, because
so
they
I'm
can't
like,
fight back.
there's
As
no.
soon as they fight back.
Yeah, there's no sense of like I need. There's like I'm building up defenses because I know I'm right. Like you were being a bitch. This also happened. So we went out. During the break.
Does D&D not stop alarms? What the fuck?
Turn off the damn alarm.
I'm turning them off.
I turned it off.
Okay, because I have like 5 alarms.
So we went out during the break, during the MK break.
We did.
And Mubarak was picking me up from my house. And he was like, "Be ready at this moment." And I was like, "Okay, I'm ready." And I when I tell y'all, I stayed at the entrance of like my house. There's like an entrance area, whatever. When you open the door, I was sat. My little black ass was sat on that chair for maybe an hour and a half, waiting for an update. And I'm like, are they pranking me? Because I wasn't getting updates from anyone, including the person you were with, by the way. Neither of you had updated me at that point.
Because it was crazy. We were running around.
Again, a text takes 5 seconds.
What?
A text takes 5 seconds. Again.
But I was driving.
But the other person wasn't.
The other person wasn't, no. But we hadn't met up at that point.
I mean, they could have grabbed your phone and... But yes, you did. Yes, you were.
No,
yes,
we only got together like 20 minutes before getting to you.
Well, you can ask Siri to text me. Yes or no?
I mean, true, but like also like that day was like hectic. Like it was rainy, it was a storm, and like
that is true. And that's why I wasn't like upset about it. I was telling you to drive carefully and stuff like that. And I thought you were late because of the storm, because of the rain. That's what I thought.
Yeah. No, the storm was the reason it got messy.
Okay.
So at an hour, that's when the storm started. I pulled out the text. You were like, "Are we still on?" I said, "Yes. Just wait. Some complication." You're like, "It's all good. Drive carefully." And then,
look at me being nice.
And then 30 minutes after that, you sent, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, on the way, filling up gas." Okay. And then when did I show up? I showed up.
You usually text me outside.
I showed up 30 minutes after texting, like filling up gas. Yeah.
So an hour. So I waited for an hour basically.
Yeah. So it was
an
hour
and a half
of you waiting. Yeah.
Period. We love that. I wasn't angry at that time, but it kind of like it was one of those things where it's like it's ammunition. If I want to go off,
it's like, I'm gonna
because that's how I function.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna use this at some point in an argument. Let me keep this. So yeah, but I'm cool now. I'm still a little upset because I bombed the exam that I was supposed to study for.
I really am sorry.
So that's why I'm like,
and I'm not only saying this for not the cameras, the mics.
Yeah, you've told me sorry privately. Yeah, I know.
I genuinely do. I said like, oh, there's something that I don't realize I do that. It's the fact that I don't like do the update thing if I can't make it, because there's this thing because I'm like, okay, no, okay. I tell myself that I'm gonna make it regardless. Like even if I'll sleep, even if I have complications, I'm gonna make it. So I'm not gonna tell the person I'm gonna be late because I have a reputation of being late. So I don't know why this is kind of like a paradox, but like it is nicer to say, oh, I will be late. At least let them know.
I can't believe nobody has called you out on it before.
Bitch, maybe no. Well, I get called out on it a lot by W, but W bitches about a lot of things, so I don't take half of the things. he calls out seriously.
That is
Well,
literally such a mean thing to say.
well, not that I don't take them seriously. Not that I don't take them seriously.
Not you dragging him.
I take them seriously. I take them seriously when they come up like more than twice. That's when I'm like, okay, this is real.
That's so interesting because he's not like that around me at all. Like I've
Really?
never heard him. I've never heard him complain about anything.
No, not complaining, but like me and him always argue, like always. So a lot of times, it's like, oh, you don't mean that, you just hate me, like it's like, oh no,
Oh, okay.
I didn't actually do something wrong, you just hate me. But then when I hear it more than twice, I'm like, oh, okay, no, this is wrong.
Okay.
Well, that was the fight. What else has been
fight.
going on for you this break, Khalifa? Like between our last regular MK episode and this?
Oh my god, not much. I changed majors and I basically moved into a new college. It's still the same university, it's just a new college. So it's been a lot of that. It's like new people, new way of studying, new. So it's been a lot on me. I will say the people are a lot nicer.
Oh,
a
period.
lot nicer than the people that were in CS. Not to drag CS students, but like every single one of those bitches was stuck up.
Yeah.
And like full of themselves and like didn't want to talk, and they're like, oh, don't talk to me. I'm a CS student, blah blah blah.
No, drag
And
them. Same here.
It was just such a fucking toxic environment.
Mm-hmm.
And it was part of why I transferred. It wasn't like a major part. I transferred because I wasn't doing well. But it was like a part of the decision. And I wasn't expecting it to improve. I was like, maybe that's just people at this university are like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went in to my new major, everyone is just so nice and so welcoming and willing to talk all the time and chatty, and like they're really touchy and huggy and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, interesting.
Oh,
okay.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
How do you feel, especially since so this batch has been together like 3 years now before you joined them, right?
Well, it's not. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are like, it's all over the place. Like it's not necessarily like one batch, because it's my university is like fucking huge and has like an insane amount of people. So you don't really get batches per se. Like people are taking like different classes. Someone from this is taking this class, blah blah blah, and it's like you don't really. There's not a sense of like, oh, this is a batch. You know what I mean?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's just like random people in classes. Whereas in your university, it's like 300 people.
Yeah.
And like
it's very much like batches.
It's like batches. Like it feels like school almost, because it's like you're around people you've seen all the time. Whereas here it's like, oh, it's just you meet new people all the time. So it's like there's no sense of that. There wasn't any sense of that before I transferred. So yeah, that wasn't really a concern of mine.
Period. I'm really happy that the people around you are like nicer, because I remember I remember only one drama that happened with the people around you, with the person that like went out of the country. If you remember that.
Oh my god, that whole thing. That was insane.
When
that was giving
going on.
That was giving HBO storyline.
It really was. When that thing was going on, I'm like, oh my god, these people are mean. Like
someone got immigrated.
It's not funny. Not funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny. It's just, it sounds ridiculous. And I was like in the middle of it for no reason. You mean
deported, right?
Like deported, sorry. Yeah, someone got deported. And I was in the middle of it for no fucking reason. No reason. I was like, what do I have to do with this? I was literally in the middle of it for no fucking reason. Like
these people dragged me into someone getting deported.
I wasn't responsible for it. I tried to defend him. And I was almost successful, but it didn't work out. And he's doing well though. He's doing well, apparently.
That's good. She's thriving.
Yeah, she's thriving. So yeah.
Period. I'm so happy for you. You want to ask me how? What?
I was about to say not much else really. I know, like, we went out more than once together, and I fainted in a roller coaster.
You did. Oh my god, we went to this theme park. Y'all, I did not know this about Khalifa. Khalifa talks big smack, so I thought like he would get on roller coasters. Khalifa, this outing was really cute because at this point, I've known. I fully think that I grasp you as a person, but in that
Yeah.
outing, I got to see like a new side of you. I don't think I've ever seen you scared. Like, I genuinely don't think I've ever seen you scared. And y'all don't know how Khalifa's face gets at roller coasters. And he's great. Khalifa's a, like, you're not shy, but and you're not soft spoken either. But you're not loud. You're not a loud
I'm not
person.
loud. I am very loud when I'm scared.
He's like, oh my god, stop the vehicle! Ah, help me! Mubarak, fuck you! And it's like, it's my fault that the roller coaster is going that way. It's like, Mubarak, what are you?
No, because you guys. Okay, so here we were staying together,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys wanted to go to a theme park. I was like, oh my god, I can't say anything. Like I hate. I'm like scared shitless of theme parks. Like I don't like theme. We've never gone to a theme park together, so you didn't know this about me.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
like
at all.
scared shitless of rides. I just don't like putting my life in the hands of like some mechanical machine. I just don't. I don't. You know what I mean?
Period.
So I was like, I can't say no because like I can't stay alone. You know what I mean? So I was like, sure, whatever, let's go. So I went in. And
Honestly,
the
if I
first
knew, I would have. I didn't want to go either way. So if I knew, I would have. I would have not like. I
I
would have
think
pushed for
I
us not
think
going.
both of us would have sacrificed it for the third person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because the third
So
person really wanted to go.
yeah, the third person really, really wanted to go. So and we really value their opinion. So we were like, you especially. So we were like, okay, let's go. I So the outing started off fine. We were fine at the beginning. We went on a couple of like, if I have to rate the difficulty, quote unquote, of well, no, the first one
first ride.
we started with a bang. We
Yeah,
started
we
with a
started with a
fucking
big
bang.
bang.
Oh my god! The first one should have been the fucking one that just went up and like the spinning one that went up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, that should have been the first ride. So the first ride we went on was, what is this ride called? What is this type of ride called?
I have no idea, but it's one of it's that thing where you sit in a bunch of chairs and goes up really quickly, like it goes up and down really quickly. What the fuck are these rides called?
I don't know what they're called in English. Like they don't even have a name in Arabic. We just call them up and down in Arabic. Like that's the direct
Yeah. We
translation.
call them up.
Yeah, a very complicated language, Arabic. So we were in line, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And you guys were like, "No, like it's not that big of a deal because this theme park was inside of a building; it wasn't outside. So you'd think that the rides would be a little
tame.
smaller scale and tame." And we were standing in line, and you guys were like, "No, you know what? It's fine. It's not that scary. Blah blah blah. Like we've written this like multiple times. It's like don't be scared." And I'm like, I'm literally about to shit my pants because this ride specifically, this up down ride.
You have a thing with heights, right?
I'm not afraid of heights per se. I'm afraid of things happening really fast. If that makes any sense.
Okay, I get that.
Like if it was going up and down really slowly, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I just hate
But nobody would have a problem with that.
That's not true. Some people are. That's not true. Some people are afraid of heights. A lot of people are.
All right, sure.
Wow,
I don't know what to say.
What a defense! What a defense from Mubarak, y'all! What a defense!
No, I'm not going
to entertaining this
argument.
No, people are actually afraid of heights.
No, I know people are
actually afraid of heights,
but I just can't see someone getting scared, like from a platform that goes up and down very slowly.
There are absolutely people that would be scared. When we went to Paris, when I went to Paris with my family, my sister refused to enter the Eiffel Tower elevator.
Oh, interesting.
She was like, no, I'm not gonna be up there looking down at and freaking out. Like I can't. Some people are afraid of heights, even if a platform is like moving slowly or whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry to the listeners. Not us being like PC, Khalifa. It's fine. That's not a valid. I'm not making. That's not a valid phobia.
This is not.
That sounds.
How-
I'm so sorry to anyone that has like a height like phobia, but like that really sounds so dumb to me. But okay, no heights. I get it. I'm looking out the window right now. I'm at a very high window, and that's scary. I'm scared that I'd fall. Um, but if it's on a ride, I don't know. Like I wouldn't be that scared.
I don't know. There's a lot of.
Anyways, yeah.
I
The
mean,
ride was.
technically, planes are rides. Are you not afraid of planes?
I'm afraid of them when they shake. Yeah.
So you are
Like,
afraid
oh,
of
why
heights on a
shaking?
ride.
Hmm.
You are afraid of heights on a ride.
When it shakes, but if it's smooth, no, I won't be scared.
Sure, whatever. I'm not gonna entertain you not entertaining this argument.
Okay.
That's all.
Anyways, the ride was really, really quick. It was never like that before. I've been there. The other person has been there. It has never been like that before.
I
This
wanted to
day,
smack
it was
both
on
of you, like,
steroids.
I was screaming my lungs out because I had programmed it in my head that it's like it was gonna be a fine, it was gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Like I've been on multiple up and downs before. This is the scariest one I've ever been on. But I've been on multiple ones, and I'm like, you know what? Ever probably.
Oh my god! I mean, you fainted.
I've been.
Y'all, Khalifa fainted in like 5 of these. Like,
I fainted in one. Shut up.
no, you fainted in like 2. You fainted in the roller coaster as well. You don't even remember how it went.
I fainted in the roller coaster. I didn't faint on this one.
Yes, you did.
No, I just so the ride started, and I was fucking screaming my lungs out, and like during the last 25%, I just closed my eyes. And I was like, "This is gonna be over soon. I don't want to. I don't even want to scream. I'm not experiencing this. I disassociated. I didn't faint.
I fully thought that like, okay, khalas, like you lost consciousness, and that's why you were
Oh no!
so much.
Oh no!
And then suddenly you just stopped, and I'm like, she's dead. Like
I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I fully fainted in the roller coaster. We'll get to it. But we were riding this up and down thing, and when we got out, I wanted to smack both of you because you were like, "Oh my god! Like it was never this fast before." And I was like, "Are these
it really
bitches
wasn't
lying?" Or I was like, "What? What's the defense?"
Wallah, we weren't lying. Wallah. About this specific ride, I'm like, oh my god, this was not it. Like it needs to be faster.
I can't.
I remember it was it was really bad last time.
So we go out, and y'all are like instantly hyping up the big finale, the roller coaster ride in the theme park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, roller coasters are like the bane of my existence. I'm fine with every other ride except roller coasters are like, because I had trauma from it.
What happened?
I told you the story like very, very like in such a abbreviated way. But the first roller coaster ride I was ever on was one of the ones that flip and like stay flipped in the air.
Oh, you did tell me this.
Yeah, so the first ever roller coaster ride that I was ever on, it was one of those ones where when you go on a loop, they kind of like stop it in the middle of the loop when you're upside down. And I was like 13 or 12.
Your first roller coaster was at 12?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, interesting.
I couldn't ride on them. I wasn't tall enough.
Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. I'm a really short person. And now I'm a fully grown adult man, and I'm 5'5". Like, Lord knows how tall I was when I was 11, like 4'3" maybe, or something like that. So
I mean, you used to be really short before.
Yeah, I was never allowed to go on roller coaster rides. So when I was able to, the first one I rode on was one of the ones that stay in the air, and that was such a like legitimately horrifying experience. Like for a year after that, I used to have nightmares of me on roller coaster rides. Like it was bad for me.
Oh my god.
So I have like a phobia of roller coasters. That doesn't mean I don't go on them. I think they're fun. You know what I mean? I've been on a lot of roller coasters. It's just like there's like in the back of my head, there's that, and I hate when a roller coaster does something I'm not expecting, which is what happened.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't
And
help
I
that the
kept
Arabic
asking.
word for it doesn't help that the Arabic word for roller coaster is the train of death.
It translates like the literal translation of it is train of death. Like what the fuck?
That's what it's called in Arabic.
Yeah, we love that. So we go on a couple of rides. Some of them scary, some of them are not. And then we get to the big finale, which is the big roller coaster ride. There was another roller coaster ride that wasn't scary at all. It was really lame, and I wasn't even
Yeah, it was
screaming.
lame.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the one we did before the
So
finale.
yeah, we're like, let's go on this smaller one, and then we'll go to the big one. There was such a hilarious ride where we had to stand. Oh my god, that was so funny. There was
It was
There's a
literally
ride.
so awkward.
And it's literally the worst ride I've ever been on. Like, legitimately one of the worst rides I've ever been on in any theme park. It's like you go into this place and you have to stand in place, and it just moves while you're standing left and right. And it's not fast, it's really slow, and it's like, it's so awkward. And
It's not a
people were
nice
filming
experience
us.
either. It's not like it's not like wow, like I loved it. Like it's just awkward. You're just waiting for it to end.
We're just standing in place, and like we're moving left to right, and some like we were on like 15 different Snapchats, the three of us.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like, is this a ride for children?
Well, it might be, but I never until
So we went on it, and like a bunch of fucking kids rode with us, and we were like the only three adults in the ride, and it was fucking embarrassing. And
we're
like
the only people above
people
the
were
age of like
filming us
11. I
like
mean,
like children.
but it was funny.
It was
It was
so
like
embarrassing.
this ride is so, and we told you beforehand. We were like, this ride is so bad, but we're going on it. It's literally the lamest thing ever.
So I hadn't been there before. I hadn't gone to this theme park before. You guys had. So like I didn't know anything. I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Why not? We'll never do that again if we ever go back there.
Bitch, the third person that was with us, this is their fourth time in that theme.
Like they love that place.
Oh my god! Like, to me, that theme park is like 3 visits and I'm done.
And then
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's not. There's not a lot there. It's
Yeah.
giving budget production. It
I've
gave
done
very
it
much
twice,
budget production.
and like I don't have an intention of going like for a couple of years, you know.
Yeah. So we do a couple of rides. There was a really fun one where you control the spinning thing, and this I rode with the other person, not you. And we were fighting over the stick. I was trying to stabilize it, and they were trying to flip. And like if you looked at our ball, it was going back and forth.
Bitch, I remember y'all going back. I remember y'all. That was funny. That was really fun.
We were literally fighting over the stick. It was so funny. So we get to the big finale, right? It's the big roller coaster, and I'm looking at it. So we're looking at this. Look, it's like at the center of the theme park, and like you pass by it a lot. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, where does it go? Like, where does it start? Where does it go? Where do you push the speed? Because you know how roller coasters are. Like, there has to be like a climb, and then the fall is the speed. This one didn't have anything like that. I'm like, where do you get the speed from? And then I looked at the top of the theme park, and it's like there's this little hole. There's this little hole in the ceiling that has the train tracks going up it, and I'm like, huh, what is that? I guess that's like where it finishes, you know? Like maybe we go like, you know, in the ceiling, and then it finishes there.
I fully gaslit you. You were like, "What's that?" And I'm like, that's like."
And I kept both of you gaslit the fuck out of me. I'm like, "What's? Huh? Like, where do we start? What's that?" And you were like, I don't remember. I don't know. It's probably like whatever. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. So we ride, and I'd never been on a roller coaster ride that does this at the beginning. I hadn't. So we're on the ride, like it was the calm before the storm, right? Like there was this air of like, you know, where if it was a TV show, they'd put like tension music.
Yeah.
It's like, because like everyone was calm, like there wasn't a lot of screaming, like nobody was yelling, nobody was screaming. I'm like, we get on the ride and it starts moving, and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? I looked back and I saw the ceiling. And I'm like, oh, so this is where it ends, you know, because we're going to come back here, right? the ride starts. We go in the front. It's moving slowly, and then we go into this tunnel, right? And this tunnel had this like maybe the worst original character design I've ever seen. It was like this hedgehog
Ever.
thing, a space thing,
all
whatever.
of these fucking original characters are trash. Except one of them. One of them was cute. The one in the 4D cinema was cute. But
so he's talking and it's really like, is this meant for kids? It was like really kid friendly, and I'm like, people under 12 cannot ride this ride. Like they can't get on physically. So like, what's happening? But it was like kid friendly, and then the tunnel opens up, and I'm like, is it gonna keep moving slowly? And you guys, this is I'm like getting PTSD from this. This is like a traumatic moment in my life. The ride flies to the back. I'm talking like, I don't even know how to describe that. Like, how do you describe that? How do you describe what happens?
like it moved. Okay, like it. You know when a roller coaster starts, like you go forward. This goes back really fast. It goes back
at such an insane speed. Like it flies backwards.
Like, because you're expecting to go forward. And it jolts back and goes up the ceiling. That holds the ceiling.
Up the ceiling, like goes up the ceiling so far that you cannot see, and like it's pitch darkness. Like you can't see anything. Like you're fully in the ceiling. Like there's nothing. And then it fucking jolts to the front. You dive, bitch, with this roller coaster ride. You dive. That was the last thing I saw. It's
like for momentum. Like it takes you up there and then drops you, and then the roller coaster goes really quick.
Drops, and then it goes quick. That was the last thing I saw. I opened my eyes and the roller coaster.
Khalifa was like out of it, like for the entire
I went bloop. That was legitimately the last thing. I opened my eyes and it was the guy asking me how the ride was, and I was like, "What?" I fucking fainted. Like I fainted, but I could still hear. It was weird because like it was darkness. Like I couldn't do anything. I could still hear people.
Okay.
And I could still. I heard the person that was with us saying, "Oh my God, Khalifa's so silent. What is happening?" And you were like, and I heard you talking to me. I don't remember what you said. I was like hearing like, like it wasn't super clear. I woke up. And he was like, how was the ride? And I was like, what? I think I fainted.
Khalifa, the other person told me to go on the ride again because you didn't get to experience it.
They were like, let's go again because you didn't. I'm like, I'm going to faint again. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, if we go on it again, I might not because I know what to expect. Like, I think the shock of the... Like, it wasn't the speed that got me. It was the shock of the backwards jolt. I was like, I'm done. Like, nope. I like my soul left my body. But maybe if I go on it again, I don't think I'm gonna faint. Because I know what to expect. It was just like, it was giving expect the unexpected.
Yeah. It really was. This
scary.
was a really fun outing. Like this was
fun. I had fun. Yeah, it was. This was really, really fun. Now I want to take someone that hasn't been on that ride to that ride.
Yeah. That's why we were so excited for it, because I did it. So that person went to the theme park before me, and they convinced me to go for my first time. And yeah, like I was like really shocked, and like, yeah, I feel like that's why we were very excited to get you on the ride.
Well, I hope you got what you wanted. I fucking
Period.
Like, you're not going to get a reaction better than that anytime soon. Like, no amount of screaming will amount to that. Someone fainting. Like, that's the ultimate reaction. Not experiencing the ride because I was so scared. We love that.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first, I'm looking at the time, and like we don't have enough time to delve into the topic that we wanted to go into.
No, this was the one about theme parks.
This was the one about theme parks.
This was the one about theme parks.
Period. So yeah, we have that content like slotted for next
Load it up for next week.
Y'all don't even know what's coming.
Y'all don't know what's coming. But... literally, all of you are gonna feel drunk without drinking anything. Like, we absolutely lost our minds about this. Like, we were like, oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait to talk
That
about
should be
that.
our like Khalifa, I think next week is gonna be our first like special episode. Like it's gonna be an audio visual experience. Like I wanna say something. Oh, this
What
is
did you?
probably something that you caught on. I wanted to save it for the pod to tell you.
Oh my god, this better not be super important. I will literally kill you.
It's important, but it's like you know about this. Like
Okay.
yeah, you know about this because of I talked about something that relates to it.
Are you talking about
But
the graduation?
yeah, during this break, I found out that I'm graduating.
We love that. We love that for you. So you took graduation pics and you look fabulous. You look amazing
Thank
in the
you,
picture.
bitch. I'm
I
a
don't
Facetune the fuck out
understand.
of them.
So you're fully done?
No, so okay, so I am not done with my requirements, but I am done enough to participate in the ceremony.
We love that. So you only have summer classes to go and that's it?
Yeah. So yeah, the plan is I go to the ceremony, you know, I have my moment, I fake cry, and then I take a summer course, and then I'm like done.
We love that for you. We love that for and then it's work era.
It's work era. I'm so fucking scared. Because remember one of the proposed return topics was 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about this just 1 year because I feel like a lot is gonna happen in my life in this 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just so fucking scared. Like I kind of don't want university to be over, but also like, you know, like it's been 4 years. Like
Yeah, you're done.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
I don't know.
I have maybe a year and a half, 2 years to go, and I'm kind of done.
I
By
mean,
the way,
we've been in uni for the same amount, so like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
At this point, like you just get tired of it. By the way,
Yeah.
what?
By the way, my grades for the midterm came out during the podcast.
Like just like now?
Yeah, this is a live reveal. I haven't seen them.
Okay.
I mean, it's a live reveal.
Wait, if
Okay.
it's bad, is it gonna be like? Are you gonna like? Yeah, is it gonna destroy you?
No, because I bombed. I know I bombed the midterm.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's
Let's hear it.
This is the midterm I took. This is the midterm I was supposed to study for that I cleared my schedule for. I took this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The tension.
Oh.
How?
No,
How much
that's
did you
not my
get?
grade.
How much did you get? What? It's good.
Yeah,
What?
it's really good. I got a 26 out of 30.
Bitch, that's really good.
I don't know how I got that.
Bitch, that is really good.
But I'm like 110% sure this is not my grade. And there's another Khalifa. There's another Khalifa in my class.
Bitch, not this like act like coming into like university days. Like you used to do this shit like every single time, and no, that wasn't you. That was another person.
That was another person.
This.
Yeah.
But you used to do
when
it sometimes.
I did good, I would tell y'all I did good. I would tell y'all I ate that.
No, but sometimes okay, because I remember vividly because I don't care about I didn't care about how that other person did. I care more about how you do. So like when I remember leaving exams. I'm like, oh my god, I really bombed an exam, and you're like, oh, me too. I'm like, okay, at least we're in it together. And then I remember you getting good grades, and I'm like, oh.
No, I genuinely like. I don't like people that are like, oh my god, I didn't study, I didn't do well, and then get a full mark. Like I hate people that are like that. When I tell someone that I bombed something, I fully in my head think I bombed something, and I'm not doing it to be like, oh my god, look at what grade I got.
Yeah,
you know
because
what
sometimes
I mean?
like multiple choice questions like are a
but
wild
you
card.
never know. And this exam, like 80% of it was multiple choice.
Period.
When I just took, so like I didn't know what I did, like, and it was one of those multiple choice exams that's like. It's basically all the same answer. Like all the choices are right, and it's like which one do I choose? You know what I mean? And there's not a choice for all of the above. Like so, it's one of those things where it's like I don't even know how well I did. Like I did well in the essay questions, I knew that, but in the MCQ, I was like I don't know.
Wait, I have a weird question because I'm about to sound like a brat. Okay, was this exam on paper?
It was.
Okay, I'm about to sound like a brat. I had a midterm last week, okay? And this midterm was on paper.
Okay.
And solving it, I realized that it took me back to high school, because I haven't taken an exam on paper since my freshman year, Khalifa, like in uni, and it really took me out of it. Really threw me the fuck off, and
Because of
I threw the
COVID?
exam because of COVID. Yeah.
Amazing. Um, so during COVID, so there was a semester I dropped. It was the semester when COVID first started. Like this is like the spring 2020, I think. Semester. I dropped that, and that was the only semester where in our university exams were online.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I
Interesting.
never had that like, whoa, this is weird. I'm back to this. You know what I mean? Like quizzes have like since COVID, quizzes have been online. Still, they're still online. But exams, even during COVID, for us, it was in person. It was just like our midterms went on for like 5 weeks and finals for 5 weeks because every midterm required like 4 rooms because like there were like 5 people in every room because of social distancing. But I took a lot of exams on paper. Yeah, so like in that I was never in that position.
I was fully thrown off because I fully didn't use a pen or a pencil for a long duration of time since 3 years ago. Like, okay,
I will
yes, we
say
get the
my
occasional like
handwriting has gotten really bad.
bitch. Khalifa, it got so bad that I threw the midterm. Like I didn't like, like I was like, I can't do this. I really can't do this.
That sounds like an excuse for not like.
Look,
like
okay,
you didn't study, but like you're looking for another excuse.
like I didn't study.
It's like,
Okay,
oh my
okay,
god,
look.
the exam was on paper. Like I can't do this.
Bitch, I didn't study. Okay, not you clocking me. I didn't study, but also I'm genuinely Khalifa, genuinely like it threw me the fuck off, and my hands started hurting, and I'm like, I don't like writing on paper.
About
Like
5 Gs. 5. You didn't take notes. You don't take class notes.
no, I know like okay, even for the things that I knew, I didn't even have the effort of writing because like my hand was hurting.
No, I'm talking about like that's what I'm saying. Like, how did your hands not hurt when you were taking class notes?
Because I don't think I've used the pen extended duration for a while. Like at least if I take notes, it's like okay, yes, it's the entire class, but I'm not gonna take notes of everything in class. Like
That's true.
yeah, I don't know. It really threw me off.
Well,
I
for one am really grateful. Like, if you had asked me 2 years ago, would you rather do exams on paper or online? I would have chosen online. But I've come to find out that I can make shit up when I'm writing by my hand a lot more easier than when I'm typing. Like I will
it's the other way around for me.
when I'm writing with a pen or a pencil, I will make shit the fuck up. Like I will take left turns, right turns, roundabouts to fully avoid giving you a clear answer in an effort to get a mark. And that has worked for me my entire life. When I do quizzes online and it's an essay question, I fully do not know how to make shit up what I'm typing. Because typing to me seems like such a professional, I don't know how to explain it, but typing to me, like when you type something, it's very intentional. Whereas writing, it's like you're just like scribbling, and it's like,
I mean,
oh,
I get it.
yeah.
I get it, but like it's totally the opposite for me. Like totally, I cannot make shit up on paper, at all.
Oh my god.
But the only pro I'll give some papers is that you can screw up your handwriting on parts that you're not sure of, or you don't do that. Do you do that?
I don't do that.
Okay, no. So for parts that I'm not fully confident, so like the professor can read whatever they want to read, kinda.
That's how they clock you. I used this strategy once in school, and I got clocked.
Period. Okay.
In an Arabic exam.
Oh my god. I
Fake one.
remember once, like, not in an Arabic one, I think Islamic studies exam, I wrote like three words on top of each other. Like, yani, I wrote a word and then I overlaid that word with another word. Like, it's on top of it, you know?
Oh my god.
Just to make it so unreadable that they give up. And they did. They gave me a zero on the question.
And another insecurity, the reason I don't believe my grade that I got a 26 out of 30, A, because I bombed the exam, B, there's another Khalifa in class with me. And let me tell you something.
Mhm.
This has only happened once, but it has like scarred me for life. In school,
I remember. I know what you're gonna talk about.
there was I don't think I've ever told you this. So maybe there's another. It's not the whole I'm mistaking you for another person thing,
Oh, okay.
which is also infuriating. It's in school when I was in, I want to say 5th grade. I was in class with another Khalifa,
Mhm.
and our grades for my, I believe, math midterm came out, and I had gotten a 17 out of 30. Now,
Mhm.
a 17 out of 30 for University Khalifa is a gift from
Yeah.
God. Like
Period.
that I will celebrate. You know what I mean? Pop the champagne. I don't drink, but you
Mhm.
know. A 17 out of 30 for school Khalifa is a crime against humanity. Is
Yeah.
a personal attack on a level that cannot be conceived. Is a like, I would rather you cuss me out than give me a 17 out of 30.
Bitch,
And
the
I
only like it's unacceptable. Like for that Khalifa, it's unacceptable to have anything under 25. Like,
unacceptable to have anything under 28.
yeah, true, true.
If I had gotten a 27, I would cry. I would have
Hmm.
cried.
Hmm.
I was insane. I was insane. So I'm like, this is not right. Like, I choose to not to believe this. Like, this is not right. This is like, at the time, I didn't cry because I was sure it was wrong. Like, I was like, there's no way that's my grade. There's just no way. There's
Hmm.
no way. I choose to not believe this. Inside, I was like fucking crying, but on the outside layer, like my protective layer was like, that's not you. Like, let's calm
Amen.
down. Yeah. So I went to our teacher. I don't want to say her name, but I
Period.
do remember her name. Her name sounds a lot more like really close to the Arabic word for peach. Um, so I
Oh,
talked to her, and
I,
I don't think she's ever taught you, which is
okay,
why you don't know.
okay.
So I go to the little math department, and I remember the math department in in the school we were in. What primary, secondary, whatever. I don't know what it's. I don't know. The American system is really fucked. In that school, it was like green, and to me, it always felt like a jungle. Like, you go into the math department, and it's Ish Safari. You know what
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
giving very that. It's giving bananas. It's giving monkey noise. It's giving tigers. It's giving very that.
The
So
theming, bitch.
it was very themed. So I went and talked to her, and she was shocked too. And I'm like, how are you shocked? You literally gave me my paper. Hello. And she was like, what? Let's see. And it was Khalifa, someone else, not me. She was like,
Oh my
oh,
god.
I
I
showed
hear
him
this.
your
I hear
paper, and he
this.
was really happy. I had gotten a 29 out of 30.
You did tell me this, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
You did tell me this.
I had gotten a 29.
Period.
And to me, so whenever I get a good grade now, or a bad grade, like, with someone that's also called Khalifa in my class, I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't want to believe this now because it could be wrong. Obviously, university professors are a lot more careful,
Hmm.
a lot more careful than teachers, because they have to put it into the system, and Blackboard updates and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean, and they have to triple check and stuff like that. So this is probably my grade. It's just the
Yeah.
first thing I think of is that, and I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? Because my name, like, I'm sure Ahmeds don't have to deal with this, you know what I mean, because their name is so common and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name is, your name too. We're on the rare side. Like, there's not a lot of people called Khalifa and Mubarak even here.
True. True.
Um,
I do think your name is a little common than mine.
Mine is
Like,
more common because one of our sheikhs was called Khalifa, so people
yeah,
like,
yeah. So
yeah,
people name after that
yeah.
person.
But it's not like super super common. You're
It's
rare
not
than me
super
for sure,
common, no.
though.
Like I'd say like you're
Um,
like 2% more common than me.
yeah, yeah. So I was only in class with another Khalifa twice in my life.
Mm,
Um,
same.
well, three times now, but
Oh, okay.
so yeah, so that's always
Period.
been an insecurity of mine.
Period. I've only been in class with another Mubarak like 2 times. Like once in school. I wasn't even in the same class as him. Yeah, but like I think there was only one other Mubarak in our batch in school.
Really, I don't remember him.
Really?
Yeah,
No, there is like there was one, and like
I
I
I
remember
do
him.
remember there being one. I don't remember him at all.
I remember him fighting with someone, and like I never fought, and like when word of mouth was going around, came up to me and they're like, "Oh my god, you did good in the fight, blah blah, you beat his ass."
Mubarak, you're a fucking
Sure.
G.
Very that, very that, very that. I was like, "Oh sure," because it was the fight was against it was someone that you don't like. I don't know how to say this. Their dad is a sheikh. Not a sheikh as in like royalty, sheikh as in like religious sheikh. And his
Okay.
dad's name is in Arabic is a phase of the moon, like a really short person.
Was it the person? Oh,
Like,
he fully hated my guts. I didn't hate him. He hated me.
bitch, it was that person. The
The
other
really
Mubarak,
short guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
other Mubarak,
Yeah.
like beat the shit out of him once, and people thought it was me. I'm like, it's really not me.
He was fully about the microaggressions that came from him. Like there had to be something racial going on because like whenever I used to get like in ceremonies I used to get like what is it called? I used to get like
Like,
wide. Like what's that in English?
like they recognize you a lot, I guess. I don't know.
I would get recognized a lot, and they would say my name a lot, and I would go out and accept like an award or whatever. This used to happen like a lot in like
It
in
was
sixth
award
grade.
season
Like
all the time, and
it was award
elementary
season
school,
for me all
bitch.
the time. I was winning Emmys, Oscars, Golden Globes,
Yeah.
People's Choice Awards. It was very that literally People's Choice Awards because sometimes like they'd ask teachers
They
to
vote,
vote
yeah.
and they would vote for me. Like I was giving like I'm in the running to win best actor.
Bitch, it's giving
For the
like
Oscars.
when Nikki won People's Choice and she's like, "What was this award for again?" Like
It was
it
giving
was
that.
giving
Like
that.
literally, sometimes I would zone out and they would call my name and I would literally go up and I'd be like, "What am I being awarded for? I don't know." You know
Like
what I
what did
mean?
I?
And I would literally have to open the thing and read. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is what this is for." Okay. Like it used to happen a lot to the point where like it wasn't even special for me anymore. Like I wouldn't. It was like a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
So whenever that happened, one time, twice, I was standing right next to him, the short guy, and he was like, "You don't deserve this." I'm like, what? Like, I don't even talk to you. Like, I don't even know you. Like, who the fuck are you?
This guy has been with us like since like first.
First grade, and he's literally so hateful.
He is
He's not
so
hateful.
hateful, and he's like
He's not
literally.
hateful.
And
He's like,
I don't want to. I don't want to be. He's like really. I don't want to be heightist. I'm not trying to be that. He's just really, really short. So when he's like hateful and angry, it's just funny.
yeah.
And people have told me this because I'm short. People have made fun of me. Like when I get mad, I'm funny because I'm short. But he's like really short, and it wasn't like, how do I say this while sounding like PC? It wasn't like an illness. Like
Yeah,
he
it
wasn't
wasn't
a
an illness.
dwarf.
He was
And excuse
regularly.
my language. Yeah, excuse my language. I don't know the proper word for this. He wasn't a dwarf. He was
I
he
think
was
little person is the right term. I think.
yeah, sorry, he wasn't a little person. He was just like he was like like it wasn't an illness or a genetic thing. He was just really short. So um
Plus,
it
we were
was
kids.
always
So, like,
funny.
some kids were like really
Also,
short.
but he
So
yeah, we were kids. Like I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
I
I don't
did
know.
see him in high school. He was still short in high school.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
But yeah, twice that happened when they would call my name and he's like, "You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it." He would like literally do this thing. He would like literally do this thing where he would go, "You don't deserve it." I'm like, "Oh my god, you want to stab me? Like, what did I do to you? Like, if you want your name to be called, just be better.
Bitch, we're thinking of the
Period.
same person, right? Like,
Should I say his name and bleep it out?
no, wait.
Is his last name like a religious act?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It rhymes with bo as.
Yes. Okay. It rhymes with Ru'azzin. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. It's him. He would like do like let out this like seething sound, and he'd be like, "You don't deserve this. You will never deserve this." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking? Like, who are you? Like, what?" A lot of people. I had a lot of enemies that I didn't know about because like I would get like celebrated a lot to the point where like there was like I'm fully sure there was like a clan in school against me. The
Yeah.
KKK, the Khalifa killing clan, the KKK.
Not the KKK.
It was giving. It was him and the guy I used to compete with. They got second place at the end of the year.
I remember
Remember
him. I
him?
remember him. I
It was
remember
him and that guy, and like a lot of people were on that team, including Colin.
Yeah.
Including
was?
Colin. Colin told me that he used to hate me.
Ooh.
So
Oh my
that's
God.
another
Okay,
layer of
interesting.
like
I fully didn't know that Colin was with us before 7th grade.
Colin was. He was really different. He was bigger. He looked
He was bigger.
Yeah.
I remember
He was
him
a lot
being
bigger.
bigger. I remember him being bigger. But like I remember 7th grade being the first time I ever seen him in my life.
I was still getting. It could have been in 7th grade because I was still getting recognized at that time.
Yeah, true. The true downfall was like what? 10th?
High school.
10th, yeah.
10th grade. I that's dropped.
Period. Is she gonna jump from there?
Is she gonna jump from there?
She
I
did.
did. I jumped hard, bitch. I climbed back up a little bit in 11th grade. Like I got a 90 in 11, a 90%, which is like I guess like a 3.5 GPA, I guess, or 3.6. If you wanna, do that. Or
I
like
mean,
no.
just 90%. Like I think that's like explanatory.
Yeah, 90%. And then I fell back down in 12th grade, which was the most important one. I flunked it. I still did better than 10th grade, though. 10th grade was the worst performance I'd ever had, before university. So, yeah, that was fun.
Period. I think this is it for today.
Yeah, we had a whole argument about making 60-minute episodes, and it's 72.
It's 72. All right.
Yeah.
So, with that, you have witnessed the robotic. I get one of these outros. But yeah, guys.
Oh my God, yeah.
We are so fucking happy to be back. Like, you don't even know. Like,
I know,
actually
it's so
really
fun.
miss
It's so
this.
exciting.
Like,
we wanted to talk about a whole other topic, and we just didn't. we just
We
kept
just did it,
talking
yeah.
about whatever we wanted to talk about.
But you know what? That's good because
So-
we need the content.
We need the content. Yeah, we need the content.
Period. This has been MK. If you want to follow us on social media, please do. Actually, not if you want to. Please follow us on social media at the MK Pod, THEMKAY.
We will pay you if you follow us on social media.
Bitch, I'll actually pay y'all if you write a review about us. Like, don't just give a 5-star review. Don't give a 5-star review. Please write something. Like, I want that.
We will PayPal you like $10.
Okay, if you want here the giveaways, okay? Because bitch, I know no one listens like to the very end of the episode. But
Yeah.
actually, giveaway. If you did write, if you did submit a written review, I will actually PayPal you $10. Thank you. And we'll only say this in this one episode, Khalifa. We're never gonna say this again. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great week. I'm so happy to be back. And peep the cover art. I love the cover art no matter what Khalifa thinks.
Me too. I like it.
Period. Okay. I forgot how to end these shows. That's it.
So follow us on all the socials at the MK Pod. THEMKAYPOD. That's THEMKAYPOD. You can also follow me and Mubarak separately. If you go into the MK Pod account and you look at following, I think we're only following like us from that account.
No, I think we're mentioned in the bio. Let me see.
Yeah, we are.
We are. Okay. Yeah, we're in the bio.
We're in the bio. So if you want to follow us separately, do that. There's not a lot of content on my Twitter, but Mubarak, I mean, if you wanna experience how annoying he is, you can follow him.
Oh.
Um,
Bitch, I fully asked about a BBL. Did you see the BBL tweet?
I was like, was this supposed to be for graduation?
Yes, this is supposed to be a grad, yeah.
Why do you need you already have like a fat ass? Why do you need a BBL?
I don't know. I just wanna camp it up. Anyways, we're gonna talk about it next time. All right. Bye everyone. Love you.
Bye everyone. This was so fun. Love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.